prize for the bride.
Oh, crap.
Who brings this woman to marry this man? Welcome, family and friends. If you just remain standing for one moment. First, I'd like to thank you all once again for being here and bearing witness to this union between Cameron and Amber. We are not only here to witness this relationship and this marriage, but also to offer them every happiness in their coming life together. So as such, I'd ask that each and every one of you join me in giving them your personal blessing for this marriage. Just extend your right hand to them, and you're going to repeat after me. Amber and Cameron,
Amber and Cameron,
I offer you my blessing
I offer you my blessing
for prosperity above and beyond your imagination,
for prosperity above and beyond your imagination,
for good health in your mind, your body, and your spirit,
for good health in your mind, your body, and your spirit,
and above all, a life filled with love.
a life filled with love.
You may all be seated. Thank you. Within its framework of loyalty and commitment, marriage enables the establishment of a home where through tolerance, patience, and respect, the love and affection which you have for each other may develop into a long and lasting relationship. I'd like to offer a reading, which is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7, which kind of tells you what love is. Listen with your heart. Love is patient and kind. It is never jealous. Love is never boastful or conceited. It is never rude or selfish. It does not take offense and is not resentful. Love takes no pleasure in other people's faults, but delights in the truth. It is always ready to excuse, to trust, and to hope. It is always ready to endure whatever comes. True love does not come to an end. Amber and Cameron, before you're joined, I really must remind you, in the presence of these your family and friends, of the solemn nature of this relationship that you are about to endeavor. At this time, I'd have you to take your vows. Would you like to take your vows? And you will go first. Just repeat after me. I, Cameron, take you, Amber, to be my beloved wife, to have and to hold you, to honor you, to treasure you, to be at your side in sorrow and in joy, in the good times and in the bad, and to love and cherish you always. I promise you this from my heart for all the days of my life. Ready? I, Amber, take you, Cameron,
I, Amber, take you, Cameron,
to be my beloved husband,
to be my beloved husband,
to have and to hold you,
to have and to hold you,
to honor you,
to honor you,
to trust you,
to trust you,
to treasure you,
to treasure you,
to be at your side in sorrow
to be at your side in sorrow
and in joy,
and in joy,
in good times
in good times,
and in the bad,
and in the bad,
and to love and cherish you always.
and to love and cherish you always.
I promise you this
I promise you this
from my heart
from my heart
for all the days of my life.
for all the days of my life.
At this time, we'll share the rings. Repeat after me. Amber, with this ring, a token and pledge of the vow made between us, I thee wed. Cameron, with this ring,
Cameron, with this ring,
a token and pledge
a token and pledge
of the vow made between us,
of the vow made between us,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Cameron and Amber, you've consented together to be bound to one another in lawful marriage. You've made special promises to each other which have been symbolized by the joining of hands, the taking of vows, and the giving and receiving of 2 rings. As you've now become joined and united, you will go from this day forward a family. Before this ceremony is complete, Cameron is going to do the traditional breaking of the glass. In the Jewish religion, there have been many stories explaining the breaking of the glass. But for those of us here today, it serves to remind us of the sacred bond and eternally unifying aspects of a marriage. The bride and groom and everyone here should consider these marriage vows as an irrevocable act, just as permanent and final as the breaking of the glass is unchangeable. In a moment, Cameron will break the glass, signifying the end of the ceremony, and at this time, the celebration will begin. And at that time, if all of you would just throw your hands up and proclaim Mazel Tov, then we'll send these 2 off in great style. The glass. Are you ready? Mazel Tov! Amber and Cameron, by the authority vested in me as a minister in the state of Texas, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Family and friends, I'd like to be the first to introduce you to Mr. and Mrs. Cameron and Amber Brooks. all of you know that directly after this, you can just go up and to the right and begin the festivities. You've all been really wonderful.